Western historians still keep recycling this myth. Friends, if you ever hear someone mention mass rapes in Berlin in 1945, know this. You are not dealing with a historian, but with a myth peddler. That is the only way to treat such historians and historical channels. The facts say that mass rapes never happened and could not have happened. Imagine you are a historian writing a book that is supposed to become a bestseller. You need a sensation. You could dig through archives, of course, or you could take a number out of thin air, spice it with rumors, and voila, the 2 million sensation is ready. This is exactly how, it seems, the most tenacious figure of World War II was born. According to estimates from 2 main Berlin hospitals, the number of victims ranges from 95 to 130,000. It appears that a total of about 2 million German women were raped, writes British historian Antony Beevor in his book, The Fall of Berlin 1945. And that's it. No documents, simply it appears. So where did this magic number come from? Beevor cites the book by German feminists Helke Sander and Barbara Johr, Liberators and Liberated. They, in turn, rely on data from the Kaiserin Augustus Victoria Clinic. And here's where it gets really interesting. In this clinic, over a year and a half, only 9 cases of rape by Russians were recorded. 9! To get 100,000 for Berlin alone from that requires truly general-level arithmetic. The transformation of 9 into 100,000 is a true miracle of statistics. Take 9 cases in one Berlin maternity hospital from September 1945 to August 1946. 5% of newborns had Russian in the father's nationality column. Assume that all these children were the result of rape. The possibility of consensual relationships is apparently not even considered. It was difficult to verify in 1945 how many women were telling the truth and how many simply did not want to give birth in a difficult period. Assume that this is only 5%. These 5% are first extrapolated to the second hospital. Multiply by 10. Taking as an axiom that 90% of victims had abortions. Multiply by 5, since allegedly only 1 in 5 became pregnant. Add women aged 8 to 80. Take Goebbels' formula and simply multiply. Extrapolate to the entire Soviet occupation zone and get 2 million. This entire house of cards is built on shaky assumptions. As for the 2 million for all of Germany, Beevor simply attributes this number to some doctor. Who is he? Where is his report? Beevor does not say. The story told by Beevor is full not only of dubious calculations, but also of anecdotal evidence. For example, he writes that Berliners remember piercing screams at night, and on that basis he builds statistics. His evidence looks like this. I was not raped, but my neighbor was. Or a case where a drunk Soviet soldier came to a woman. She drove him away, he left, and the woman declares, he was going to rape me. From this, conclusions are drawn about the mass scale of violence. A solid evidentiary base, isn't it? The most striking thing is that the main creator of this myth was Joseph Goebbels. Even before the Red Army entered Germany, he launched a panic propaganda. In individual villages and towns, all women from 10 to 70 years of age were subjected to countless rapes. His goal was simple, to stiffen resistance. Later, his assistant admitted, we drove Berliners into a state of extreme terror. Germans in panic killed themselves and their children. And decades later, the seeds of lies sown by Goebbels bore fruit, turning into Beevor's historical research. Now, what do the facts say? On January 19, 1945, the Stavka Supreme High Command issued Directive number 11,072, signed by Stalin, which called for discipline and humane treatment of the civilian population. It stated, the remaining population must not be subjected to violence. The guilty will be punished according to the laws of wartime. Military tribunals passed sentences for looting and violence, including executions. Major General Yassin reported that violence against German women did occur, but in each town and village, no more than 3 such cases were recorded. Yes, isolated crimes did happen. Any army in such a situation faces this. But they were isolated, severely punished, and by no means systemic. After establishing control, military commandants organized food distribution to prevent hunger and epidemics. And there are thousands of such examples. So friends, if you hear someone mention mass rapes in Berlin in 1945, that is not a historian, but a myth peddler. Treat such historians and historical channels accordingly. The facts say that mass rapes never happened and could not have happened.
Впереди все новые улицы, все новые и новые кварталы. Но каждый боец понимал, что где-то там, в центре этого огромного каменного города, будет конец всему, и фашизму, и войне, и его тяжелым четырехлетним походам. Бойцы рвались вперед через горящие дома, через развалины, через чердаки, через подвалы. И в этом неуклонном продвижении вперед было что-то неотвратимое. Многие немцы понимали это и сдавались в плен. Апреля Берлин был окружен. Первый Белорусский фронт соединился с армиями Первого Украинского фронта и замкнул кольцо вокруг Берлина. К этому времени в городе обстановка сложилась так. Армия Кузнецова нависла над центром Берлина с севера. Армия Берзарина пробивалась к центру с востока, но здесь немцы особенно жестоко сопротивлялись. Армия Чуйкова пробивалась к Темпельгофу. С юга и юго-запада подходили соединения маршала Конева. Здесь, на этих улицах, общий план командования распадается на сотни маленьких задач. Подавить огневую точку, ворваться во двор, выйти на прямую наводку,